Hello everybody, this is ManuS and welcome to another ArtiFAQ news video of mine. So I want to talk about a few things. There are a couple of exciting news. Alright, let's take a look. So first of all, I want to talk about the monetization model real quick because they updated the ArtiFAQ recently with the entry fees and prices for the competitive queues. So that's something to talk about, and also about the beta and when it starts and so on. So let's talk about this first. So in general, I really like the monetization model of ArtiFAQ, but I think they need to improve it. Like, I like the structure and approach, similar to Magic Online. I think that makes playing a lot more motivating, a lot more rewarding, and a lot more competitive if there's actual stakes, if you pay money to enter a queue and can win money if you do well in it. And you can always just offer casual queues with no entry fee and no pricing, as they did, for people that are not interested in that, so that nobody is at a disadvantage. Like, if you just want to play casually and not play for money and invest a lot of money, you can do that. But having these competitive queues that have an entry fee and good prices give competitive players something to seriously compete in and for, and also provides a way to build your collection if you are a winning player without having to throw a lot of money at the game, which is very important, because otherwise, if you just have to buy everything, these games become too expensive. It has to be possible to earn things at a risk of losing money that you invested. Of course, otherwise you undermine the economy, because this is not a free-to-play game where you can just throw stuff at people for winning, like in a free-to-play game. Alright, so the problem that I have with this model at the moment is that I think the pricing is pretty bad. Like, the Expert Constructed and Phantom Draft costs 1 ticket to enter, so $1, and you can win one ticket back. And if you win 4 out of 5, you get 1 pack in addition. And if you win all 5 games, so if you go 5-0 or 5-1, you get 2 packs and 1 ticket, so you make up to $4 in profit effectively if you sweep the queue. Keep in mind, as soon as you have 2 losses, you're out. So if you go 2-2 or 1-2, you don't win anything, you lost $1, which is fine. I think the pricing for the Phantom and Constructed are quite okay for the risk investment. You can basically win 5 times as much as you invested, which is fine. The stakes could be a bit higher. I would have liked to see them be like 2 tickets, or at least add a more competitive version of it that has more higher ticket entry, 2 or 4, and then higher pricing as well, because this way you make very slow progress, and these 5-win queues still take a while. So I could see a higher risk, higher reward version of that in addition. But let's talk about keeper draft. I think the keeper drafts are my biggest issue. I think they are pretty bad. If you compare that to like what we know from Magic Online, I don't know what the limited leagues are. I haven't played a draft league in a long time, so I don't know the exact pricing. But even if you compare it with the old draft queues, 8-4 drafts used to be 8 players. Entry fee, I think, was 3 packs and 4 tickets, if I'm not mistaken. And for that, you could win up to 8 packs if you do really well, or 4, but you needed to be in the last 4. So you basically would need to go like 4 or 5 wins to get prizes. You wouldn't get any at 3, for example. But anyway, you could win more than twice of what you invested, which is very important because that gives you the potential to go infinite. Here, even if you win a keeper's draft, you're down 2 packs to play another draft. You can't even play another draft immediately. I think they're valuing the cards that you pick way too highly. Sure, they are nice, but you still want to focus on drafting the best possible deck, so you might not pick reasonably valuable cards because they're not worth enough to pick over a card that increases your chance of winning. I think you should at least get enough out of a keeper's draft if you go 5 wins to play another, so at least like 5 packs and 2 tickets. Maybe raise the entry fee to like I don't know, 4 tickets and 5 packs, and give people, if they go 5 wins, give them like 4 tickets and 5 packs, and if they go 4 wins, maybe give them like 2 tickets and 2 packs still or something. Not having any way at all to go infinite in these keeper drafts, if you do well, makes them really unattractive, but what you get by playing phantom drafts is so slow and so little that it's also not that attractive at building collection. Like right now, the structure of these, I think, should be really rethought and made more profitable. And we know that it works from Magic Online, because in Magic Online, in these events, if you go 3 wins in a league, for example, in Magic Online, you barely breaking even, you're making a slight profit. So for example, in a constructed queue here, you could get 2 tickets for getting 3 wins, and in a phantom draft. So you make a slight profit by going 3 wins. It's probably even fine to just get the 1 ticket back, if I'm honest. Like in Magic Online and Constructed, you pay 12 tickets for a constructed league, a competitive constructed league. There's competitive and friendly. The friendly ones cost 8 tickets. In the competitive league, which is what I usually play, you pay 12 tickets and you get, at 3 wins, you get 120 play points back, which is an alternate currency that allows you to play again right away. And on top, you get a chest booster, which has a value of around 2 tickets. So you basically make 2 tickets plus, like $2 plus, when going 3-2 or better. And yeah, basically run a slight profit if you have a winning record, which makes sense, because breaking even for winning 3 out of going 3-2 or better feels kind of bad, because if you win more than you lose, it feels like you should make a slight profit. That seems like a good balance to me. And then at 4 wins, you basically get play points equal 1.5 entries. So it already guarantees you the next entry and half of the one after that. And on top, you get 8 of these chests, so another $16 roughly, or 16 tickets worth of product that you can sell for that amount of tickets. So you basically get almost 3 entries for 4 wins. And for 5 wins, you get 16 of these chests and the 1.5 entries. So you basically get almost the next 5.5 entries, because 16 of these chests are $32 to $33 or tickets, plus the 1.5 entries, giving you almost 4.5 entries, which is really, really good and makes it really rewarding to do well in these. And yeah, here, as you can see, the reward is just very lackluster, even at 5 wins in the Keepers draft. You basically, after 2 Keepers, like when you start with the starter packs, you can do exactly 3 drafts that you have to go 5 wins, and then you're sitting at 5 tickets and 3 packs, and then you basically have to buy 2 more packs to play another Keepers draft, or play at least 1 Phantom draft and get 5 wins. If you don't, you might need to play 2 that give you 4 wins, and then you can play another Keepers and so on. So yeah, I really don't like that. I think they should be more rewarding, both of them, especially the Keepers draft. I think the Keepers draft is in a kind of a bad spot right now, if you ask me, because that's the one you should be able to grind to build a collection, and if you do really well, it should allow you to at least keep playing, if not even make a bit of a profit while you keep playing. So I hope they reconsider that and change this, because I think the way it is implemented on Magic Online is really good. I really like this monetization model. I think it's actually in the long run more appealing and rewarding to play than free-to-play, where you're kind of just wasting your time for no profit. And here you can actually make a profit. Like, people make a living off of Magic Online, either of grinding it or of selling and buying stuff, which is pretty amazing and gives you another way of making money with competitively playing these games. And for people that don't want to do that, they can just play free Phantom drafts and casual queues and stuff. So it's not like you have to play high stakes and risk a lot of tickets for a bigger reward. It's just a great option to have. So that's it about the update on the pricing queue. Other people have been complaining about the monetization model. I think that the game is pay to play in general is still a great thing. I just think the entry and payout structure of the events is not optimal yet and needs to be more rewarding than it is right now, if you ask me. All right, on to the next thing. We had an announcement today, update on the beta. The ArtiFAQ beta is starting later today. All the attendees from this year's International and everyone who redeemed the beta key will find the game activated in their Steam account. So that's amazing. We will get to play ArtiFAQ today. And of course, you will find me on my stream doing so. So make sure to check my Twitch over here, follow the channel, turn on the notifications, and be notified as soon as I go live. If they do the same as with the NDA lift yesterday, I would assume the beta might go live in like 2 hours, because I think at like 1 a.m. Central European time was when the NDA was lifted yesterday. Sivka mentioned that it was 1 a.m. his time, which is the same time zone as I am in. So if they aim for the same time, that would be in roughly 2 hours, which would be amazing. But it doesn't specify the time, so it could also be later or earlier. We don't know. I'm sure I will get a notification on my Steam to let me know, and then roll from there. I'll probably be streaming some Eternal and or Magic before that. I'll just basically start streaming after I did this video and another news update on some Eternal spoilers and stuff after this. Alright, so 2 missing features that they want to roll out in the next week and a half. There was no way to do a draft event with friends, so now they added Phantom Draft as a mode for user-created tournaments, so you can just, for example, create an 8-man tournament with friends, just do an 8-man draft, which is pretty cool. So that is nice. That's something that they will add ASAP. And there was no way to practice the draft modes without spending an event ticket, which makes sense since it's a new game, it's a new draft format. Some people that come from games that don't have draft might have never drafted in their life, so it's good to have a mode where you can practice drafting. And in the next beta build, they will after the starting content, you will find a casual Phantom Draft gauntlet in casual play section where you can just Phantom Draft for free to practice, which is nice. It will probably be a bit miserable because I assume there will be people that just do the draft to get some draft practice in and then don't play the games and drop out and stuff and so on. So the queue might not be the best long term, but it's great to have an option where you can just at least get a feel for how draft works and run a couple practice drafts so to feel comfortable with the cards and know the cards well, and then you can just spend your first ticket on your real Phantom Draft, for example. And there was nothing to do with duplicate starter heroes. Not sure what that means, because I mean, I guess maybe because from the starter decks and then additional heroes, I don't know. But anyway, they're doing something cool. We're adding a system that allows extra unwanted cards to be recycled into event tickets. This feature will ship before the end of the beta period. So that's kind of cool. We don't know quite how that, or like what that looks like, but being able to recycle stuff rather than having to sell them is interesting, but I'm not sure why they're doing this, because couldn't you just sell heroes anyway? I guess maybe it's because I guess the market could not be live and working, or maybe they want to compensate for the market not being that full yet because the game is new. We'll see. Either way, it's nice to have a way to turn unwanted stuff into tickets that you can use on events for sure, especially given that basically one ticket means one more Phantom Draft or one more constructed queue, so that's pretty valuable. We'll see how that pans out. So yeah, I hope beta goes live in the next 2 hours and we can finally start playing some ArtiFAQ. That would be so amazing. And once again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so down below for future content, especially lots of ArtiFAQ content in the next coming days. Deck tags on the starter decks, draft video, first look at the client, and so on and so forth. So yeah, turn on notification icon to not miss out on all of these. Follow me on social media for all the hottest news, especially streaming schedule and stuff like that. I will try to stream a lot in the next couple days. And yeah, that's it again for this time. This was Eternal News with the latest beta and ArtiFAQ monetization updates. I'm your host ManuS, and thank you for watching. See you with the beta soon on my stream.